All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go. At their own 22-yard line.
Ready? 50, plant. Hey, let's go.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
He'll get this one to Galladay. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
A first down carry here for Johnson. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, Johnson. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on third. On the toss, here's Johnson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
New ready. New ready.
Jameis now on first down. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Ready. Black 25. 52 right here. 52. Watch the pass. Come back. That's a what? Look, 64. Wait. That's a what? That's a what? Follow. 52. Mike 52. Check pass. Hot 7. 52. We ain't giving up nothing today. Check 9. Let's go. Let's convert. Let's convert. Let's convert. Let's go.
Winston from the gun on third down. He's got Evans. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. It's a big play. Winston to Evans. 48 yards.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10.
Whip, 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 flip, flip, whip. Let him go.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Give him 32 on the play.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping him on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
From the gun, Winston. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
60 outlaws, Mike 3, 2-18, chop.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I've not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
On third down, it's Stick. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
First down, Detroit.
Down.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on first and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On second down now, it's Johnson. In on the stop, Vernon Hargraves. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter. They're on the march, but facing a third down here.
Here we go, here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, Delta.
A shotgun throw for Stick. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Olivier Vernon in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, Their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Ready. Blue ready. 52. Ready. Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Out. Hey, let's get it for first. Out. Check nickel.
First down, Winston. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Set, ready? 10-2 stop. 6-6, pull it high. Underside.
They'll run on first down. Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Stiff. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Stick from the gun. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Stick looking to throw on 1st and 10. Johnson's got it complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17th. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a first carry for Donnell Pumphrey. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kerryon Johnson with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Extra point good by Prater, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this. So they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him, but whatever it's going to take to get...
And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Darius Slay with a pick, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Come on, set, 8, lead. What we got, what we got, what we got?
On 1st down, it's Johnson. The tackle by Robert Quinn.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Following the interception, Winston being chased out left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at their 48-yard line.
Ready, black 25 behind. Push him back.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Ready, blue lady. 52. Night, sweetheart.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And some room to run now. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Ready? Black 65, 65, 65. Switch.
Winston on 3rd and 2. It's a screen to Richard. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes the Buccaneer kicker, Matt Gay. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. Gay's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
We got this.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
We go. 90 Wolf. Switch. Quickstone travel. Hey, Zoo. Big dribble.
Here's Stick on 1st and 10. Open man is Galladay, complete. 1st down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Hey, nice 7. 45, Mike, 45.
1st and 10, Stick. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Irv Smith Jr., his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Prater for the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now, under 100 yards of total offense. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a 1st down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check.
Richard. And an alley to run. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go!
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On the ground, Richard. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Check 30. Hey, check 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Let him go.
On 3rd down, Winston. Open man has got it. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
It's easy work. It's coming again.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go. Watch, twirl, flip. Wait.
From the 44, Winston. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Now it's a bootleg with Winston. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. It doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
12 yards on the return that time, and the Lions will take over.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense,
we
got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
Stick looks to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, a 22.
First down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Johnson on the counter. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
60 Pittsburgh. Here we go, Tight end right. We got 3.
They go to Johnson again. Give them 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10.
Let's go. Let's do this.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point good by Prater, and that makes it a 21-10 game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing, Winston. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Now on 2nd and 13. Stick. That is caught at the 7. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Come on, set. 30 base. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Bandit. Bandit. Slam. Slam.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
To Johnson again. Shifts by him. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
This defense hasn't let him in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2. They'll run it with Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down.
Ready? Black, what you got? 52 right here. 52. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
Now on 2nd and 13. Winston. He completes it to Evans. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Come on, QB, come on.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 41, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now, that turnover might just about do it. Here, fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
18 Gator, 54. Hey, D-back, let's go. Pick it up, D. Check.
They'll run on first down. It's Johnson. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Hey, they're scared.
They'll run it now with Pumphrey. Levante David in on the tackle. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps
a fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, fourth quarter. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Winston, forced out to his left. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 9.
Ready, black 22, and even.
Jameis to throw it. He's going to wind up and air it out. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 45. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Prater for the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready?
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Prater on to add the extra point. Extra point good by Prater, and that will extend this big lead.
42, Buccaneers 10.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he elects not to bring this one out as his guys will take over at the 25. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they gave up the pick six. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen. Let's go.
To throw, Winston. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Let's get it.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
Watch QB drop.
Here's Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Tampa Bay.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Watch the slants, watch the slant.
Play action now, Winston. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Hey, let's go, baby. You're shot.
A big loss on the play.
Hey, take your
Brings
shot
up
back
4th
there.
down.
Shot back there, huh?
Here's Bradley Pinion now. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Detroit, their very slim playoff hopes remain as they move to 6-7 on the year. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Indianapolis next week. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin.